Okay, so the story we've all been telling ourselves about AI, it's already out of date. In this explainer, we're going to break down why the AI we thought we knew is basically history and what the new human role really looks like in this age of judgment and, yes, intelligent swarms.
This quote right here just flips the entire script, doesn't it? See, the real fear isn't that AI will take our jobs. Not really. It's that it will make it completely worthless to do work blindly. Raw execution, just getting the task done, is becoming a cheap commodity. But human wisdom, or judgment, that's suddenly becoming more valuable than ever before.
And this is the crucial point to get. We've just blown past a major inflection point. Thinking about AI as just chatbots and prompts is kind of like remembering the internet as just dial-up modems. I mean, that era of simple assistance is long gone. The real revolution, the age of autonomy, it's already started. So first, let's talk about what we're leaving behind, the chatbot era. To really understand where we're going, we have to be super clear on what yesterday's AI actually was. This slide just lays out the fundamental shift perfectly. We're moving from assistance to autonomy, from simple prompting to full-blown orchestration. But the real key is this idea of moving from being human in the loop to human on the loop. We're not the hands-on operator anymore, micromanaging every little thing. We're the air traffic controller, setting the destinations and overseeing the whole system from 30,000 feet. And this really shows the new scale we're talking about. The basic unit of AI work isn't a single question and a single answer anymore. It's now these coordinated groups of agents, autonomous fleets, that can tackle huge, complex projects. They can self-correct, and they can run for 8 hours straight while you're asleep. The goal isn't a perfect first draft anymore. It's the finished project waiting for you in the morning.
Now, this shift to autonomy has huge economic consequences. It creates a brand new value proposition. Judgment is now way more important than execution. The how is becoming less important than the what and the why.
When execution becomes almost free, it creates this really dangerous new problem, work slop. This is all that polished, professional-looking stuff that AI can generate in seconds. It looks amazing on the surface, but it's strategically empty. It's the illusion of productivity, but without any real substance. And it is flooding organizations that don't have strong human oversight.
So this is the new math for professional value. The old equation, your skill multiplied by the hours you worked, that's obsolete. Forget it. Today, your value is your judgment, your taste, your strategic insight, your expertise, acting as a multiplier on AI's incredible capability. Your uniquely human contribution, that's now the most important variable in the entire equation. And we're seeing the exact same pattern in engineering with something called dark code. This is software that works, right? It passes all of the tests, but nobody on the team can actually explain how. AI makes it dangerously easy to just patch errors and ship code without ever really understanding the underlying logic. It replaces comprehension, not just engineers, and you end up with these fragile systems that are an absolute nightmare to maintain.
Okay, so underneath this whole economic shift, the technology itself is going through a radical evolution. We're moving away from these giant, all-knowing models and towards something way more dynamic and way more decentralized. For decades, AI development was pretty much split between two camps. On one side, you had the cathedral of logic, these expert systems built on rigid, transparent rules. They were explainable, sure, but they broke the second they hit the messy real world. On the other side was the statistical fog. That's modern deep learning. It's fluid, it's scalable, but it operates like a complete black box. And that brings us to the new progression. We started with these monolithic God models that tried to be experts in absolutely everything. Then we moved to compound architectures that combine different specialized models. But the future? That's decentralized swarms. Imagine a global marketplace of hyper-specialized AI bricks that can be snapped together in real time to solve any problem you can think of. But here's the catch. This exponential growth in digital intelligence is now colliding head-on with the linear, stubborn constraints of the physical world. Progress, it turns out, has gravity. The new bottlenecks aren't algorithms, they are concrete, physical things. AI's demand for energy is making reliable power a massive strategic asset. The hardware supply chain, from chips to packaging, is incredibly fragile and political. And finally, you have governance. Regulators, insurance companies, they're all hitting the brakes, basically saying they're not willing to underwrite the risks of systems we don't fully understand.
And if you want to understand the sheer scale of this physical build-out, just look at this number. Alphabet alone is projecting a capital expenditure of $185 times billion for 2026. This isn't just a software boom. It's one of the largest industrial projects in human history. The conversation has completely flipped from are we overspending to are we dangerously underbuilt?
So if intelligence and execution are becoming abundant, what's left? This brings us to the final and most human consequence of this revolution. The bottleneck is no longer capability, it's meaning.
This slide clarifies the new division of labor perfectly. The AI handles the cognitive heavy lifting, exploring vast possibility spaces, verifying solutions, remembering everything, and putting it all together. So what's left for us is what matters most, providing the direction, framing the problem, applying our taste, and embedding our values into the work. Our role doesn't disappear, it just condenses.
And this leads to such a profound insight. Boredom in the age of AI isn't some character flaw. It's a critical signal. It's your brain telling you that your incredible new capabilities don't have a meaningful purpose. The central challenge of our time is no longer just solving hard problems. It's deciding which problems are actually worth solving in the first place.
So I'll leave you with this question. As AI absorbs more and more of our cognitive tasks, from reasoning all the way to creativity, you have to decide what's non-negotiable for you. What friction will you keep? Which parts of your own thinking are you truly unwilling to surrender? Because the answer to that question is going to define your value in the world to come.